The first requisite of civilization is justice. Dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. One is very crazy when in love. Dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. Where the questions of religion are concerned, people are guilty of every possible sort of dishonesty and intellectual misdemeanor. Love and work. Work and love, that's all there is. Most people do not really want freedom because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. The madman is a dreamer awake. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. A fear of weapons is a sign of retarded sexual and emotional maturity. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. Illusions commend themselves to us because they save us pain and allow us to enjoy pleasure instead. We must therefore accept it without complaint when they sometimes collide with a bit of reality, against which they are dashed to pieces. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. No one who, like me, conjures up the most evil of those half-tamed demons that inhabit the human beast and seeks to wrestle with them can expect to come through the struggle unscathed. The aim of all life is death. Time spent with cats is never wasted. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is what does a woman want? The psychical, whatever its nature may be, is itself unconscious. When inspiration does not come to me, I go halfway to meet it. The behavior of a human being in sexual matters is often a prototype for the whole of his other modes of reaction in life. What progress we are making in the Middle Ages, they would have burned me. Now they are content with burning my books. Everywhere I go, I find a poet has been there before me. The ego is not master in its own house. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. It is impossible to escape the impression that people commonly use false standards of measurement, that they seek power, success, and wealth for themselves and admire them in others, and that they underestimate what is of true value in life. What a distressing contrast there is between the radiant intelligence of the child and the feeble mentality of the average adult. The more perfect a person is on the outside, the more demons they have on the inside. The conscious mind may be compared to a fountain playing in the sun and falling back into the great subterranean pool of subconscious from which it rises. The mind is so constructed that it cannot comprehend its own end. The doctor should be opaque to his patients and, like a mirror, should show them nothing but what is shown to him. Everywhere I go, I find a poet has been there before me. What progress we are making in the Middle Ages! They would have burned me. Now they are content with burning my books. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing